Good afternoon, friends. Today's topic is linear programming problem, its application in industry, and the formulation of the problem. I am Professor Bhadoria. So, what this linear programming problem is, first I will give you an overall view of, and I'll explain in words, and then on the board we will discuss the mathematical part. We'll take some problems. So the first concern is where this linear programming problem comes from. So the topic or the concept that of operations research, famous as OR. So this linear programming problems, they fall in the study of this subject operations research OR. So what a typical name operations research. The name operations research comes because of during the Second World War in Britain, to solve the problems of military defense, air and land, they invited some scientists and they form a team. And this team of scientists were given the task to use all the minimum resources available to the Britain defense and to make the very effective and maximum use of this limited resources and to win the war. So because it was operation guided through the military personnel and their research was to be done by the professors, scientists, engineers, even psychologists to be feel the problems of the injured soldiers and all. And so this operation research was the name given, OR. So the whole team worked so successfully that when the war got over, in the industry, the same tactics or same ideas, same strategies they were used in the World War plannings, they also to be used in the industry. And the whole idea first started in this Britain, but then the US just headed in and they established the OR as a big. So our linear programming problem falls in this operations research. Now what this linear programming problem is, so the three words are used in the title: linear, programming and problem. So problem, everybody knows what a problem is. So so in this linear programming problem, what we do is we try to find an optimum schedule to make very effective use of very limited resources, and the ultimate aim is to optimize some quantity. Optimize means either maximize or minimize. Generally when profits, productions, output, contributions are concerns, then we go for maximizing them. And when the quantity consumed, the time taken, the cost, the losses, then we go for minimizing. So this linear programming problems mainly optimizes some quantities. Now in real life world or real life situation, be it industry or in some other service, so when we have to plan the maximum and minimum, we are always under some conditions and so, or the restrictions as we call them. So this linear programming problems means it's a technique of solving problems, and the solution of the problem is such that we need to determine an optimum schedule. But this optimum schedule can be determined or is to be determined under some conditions, some restrictions. And so we form a class of the problems. So the programming word is a planning. So word programming means planning to make a right decision. And the word linear is used to describe that the relationships involved in all these problems, they are of linear type, means of first degree. So linear programming problem means a problem situation which demands some programming, some planning, and where the relationships involved are linear. So this is the literal meaning of linear programming problem. Now how this problem originates in the real life and how it is mathematically formulated. So this problem this linear programming problem, I'll give you the mathematical formulation when I go on the word. But here I'll give you first that this LPP consists of three major sectors or three major components of an LPPR. The first one is called the objective function, the second one is called the constraints, and the third one is the non-negativity restrictions. So in words I can say objective function means that linear function which we want to optimize, either maximize or minimize. We'll take one live problem and see how this linear objective function is formed. So the first component of LPP is the objective function, which is required to be maximized or minimized, that we commonly call optimize. The second component is the group of restrictions, constraints. Now these constraints are because we have limited resources in the real life situation in the industry. Every resource is limited. If we need the number of workers, then we cannot demand more than certain number. If it is some material to be used, then we cannot demand more than that. So all these different resources are there, each one is limited. So each limited resource gives one restriction, one condition on us. So we have a number of restrictions, a number of conditions. So they are all linear, again they are all linear type. And finally the non-negative restrictions means in the real life problems, whatever the quantities we want to determine, they generally take the positive values or non-negative values, because negative values of the real life variables has no valid interpretation. For example, we cannot have the negative amount produced or negative amount consumed. So these three components are forming a linear programming problem in words. Now I will take mathematically how this linear programming problem is formed, and that is called the formulation of linear programming problem. So this is what we call the formulation of linear programming problem. So we consider formulation of linear programming problem. Linear programming problem, in short, it is called LPP. So every now and then I'll be using the word LPP instead of linear programming problem. So this formulation is mathematical formulation, as it is more precisely called. Now, so this is how it begins. So the formulation is this way. So we take a linear function. So let z equals to c1 x1 plus c2 x2 and plus so on and plus cn xn. So this is the linear function which we call the objective function. So we can see x1, x2, xn, they are variable and they are of 1 degree, and c1, c2, cn, they are constants. So let this be a linear function, be a linear function, be a linear function, where all these c1, c2, cn are where, so I'll write bigger size. So where c1, c2, cn are constants, with known values. We know their values, with known values, and x1, x2, xn are variables, with unknown values, So c1, c2 are given constants, their values are known. x1, x2, xn are the variables, their values are unknown. That is why these variables are called decision variables. We want to decide their values. So this is the objective function that we now to form the constraint, we further have these things. So let Aij we take in a matrix form, m cross n, be a matrix of known elements, be a matrix of known elements, be a matrix of known elements, and we further have these constants b1, b2, and it is bm. So b1, b2, bm be known constants, So we have taken that linear function c1 x variables, this is aij, so we'll have several elements, their values are known. So b1, b2 are further constants, such that now we form the constraints, such that, so these are the constraint a11 x1 plus a12 x2 and so on plus a1n xn. This is either less or greater than or equals to b1. So this is the first constraint. So these are the decision variables and these are the coefficients which are taking place. When I take one live problem, I'll correspond how these values are there. Now this is one constraint. Similarly, the second constraint will come. Now it will be a21 x1 plus a22 x2 and so on plus a2n xn, and again this is either less or greater than or equal to b2. So this is the way we are going to have a number of inequalities, as we can see, and finally we have to have m rows. So this will be am1 x1 plus am2 x2 and so on. This is amn xn, again less or equal to, greater than or equal to bm. So we can see how many such constraints are there. We can count them. One constraint, second constraint, and so on. M constraints are there. So m constraints are there and n variables are there. So this aij values and b1, b2 values are such that these constraints are found. We generally call this a group, and this also by a number 1, this by number 2. Those three components of LPP which I said will be describing here. And finally all these decision variables, x1 has to be greater or equal to 0, x2 has to be greater than or equal to 0, and xn has to be greater than or equal to 0. This is our number 3. So this way, three components of LPP which I described in words, they are getting the mathematical form. So this is the linear function, these are the constraints, this is non-negative restrictions. Now with all this in background, what the problem is? The problem is to find the values of x1, x2, xn, which does two things. One, it should satisfy all these restrictions, all these constraints, and also it should optimize the value of this z, maximize or minimize. So then the problem is to find values of x1, x2, xn which satisfies 3. So just one line will complete it, which satisfies 2 and 3 and which makes 1 and which optimizes function z. So this is perfect, the mathematical formulation of an LPP. So keep these three components in mind. When I take the application, we will correspond each of this. So this is our objective function, which is required to be optimized, means either maximized or minimized. These are the constraints. Each constraint represent limited resources. Maybe the number of worker is limited, the amount material used is limited, the time spent on the machines is limited. So each limitation is given by this constraint. So we'll have several constraints which are generally in inequality form. Sometimes they can be in equations also. And the final is this non-negative restrictions, because each of the decision variable represents a real life value, like number of units to be produced, number of workers required. So they cannot be negative, so they will take positive value or the minimum, the zero. So this is the formulation of LPP. Now we'll take one problem, real life, which will match how this functions takes form, how the constraints are formed. Now along with these three components, certain other things will come, but just to understand the problem LPP truly, we just take one real problem. So I'll rub out this and then I'll give you the real problem where we can form this objective function and see the constraints. So so one problem, very small one I have taken because of